Alright, so before we get into the video, we're going to be talking about the TJ Dillashaw versus Corey Sanhagan post-fight review. So TJ Dillashaw defeats Corey Sanhagan by a competitive split decision and improves to 18 wins with 4 losses. My thoughts on it, very good fight. Very, very good fight. But I thought that Corey Sanhagan did enough to win the fight. It's not because I picked him to win the fight, but it's because he did enough, outside work against TJ Dillashaw, and he was using the jab quite well in the fight, and he was just piecing him up, in the fight, he was doing very good at keeping range and uh, piecing him up by far distance pretty much. And TJ Dillashaw did do good, he also did do good striking. He had some good moments on the ground, but I thought that most of the fight Corey Sanhagen was doing good and was winning those rounds. I had it 3-2 for Corey Sanhagen. I had him winning the last round. I had TJ Dillashaw winning the first round, obviously. I had Sanhagen winning the second round. And then I had you can probably say Dillashaw maybe won the third round, maybe, not sure. It was very competitive, but I did think that Corey Sanhagen did enough to win the fight, But you definitely you should give credit to TJ Dillashaw. He did come back, after like a 2-year layoff, and and he didn't look old or anything, but again, I did think that Corey Sanhagen did enough to win the fight. But sometimes UFC are biased with fighters like TJ Dillashaw and stuff, you know. But again, I thought that the right man won, and I thought that Corey Sanhagen deserved the nod. Um, but it's not a robbery. It's most definitely not a robbery. But it was definitely it was a very damn good fight. But I just think that Corey Sanhagen did enough to win the fight. But anyways, congratulations to TJ Dillashaw, and on to the video. Hey, what's up, y'all? Preston for Fight Media 360 here. So this is a quick preview and prediction for Uriah Hall versus Sean Strickland. So before we get into all this, I just want to say this fight is taking place on ESPN Plus on Saturday, July the 31st. And yeah, and also this is a very good fight, very competitive fight. This was a very, very hard prediction to do. I got my prediction, but this wasn't an easy prediction, and I'm not that confident on my prediction. But now we got that out the way, so now let's talk about their stats, and then the odds, and then what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with Uriah Hall. So Uriah Hall comes into the fight with a record of 17 wins, 9 losses. He stands at a height of 6 foot tall, weighs in at 185 pounds, and fights out of New York City, New York, United States. So yeah. Sean Strickland comes into the fight with a record of 23 wins, 3 losses. He stands at a height of 6'1", weighs in at 185 pounds, and fights out of Riverside, California, United States. Sean Strickland is listed as a -215 favorite over Uriah Hall, which is very damn high. I think that's a bit unfair. Not saying that it's wrong for him to be the favorite, but that wide is a bit disgusting. But it's whatever. So it doesn't really matter until they get in the octagon anyway. So now we got that out the way. So now let's talk about what they need to do to win, and then my final prediction. So let's start off with Uriah Hall, the underdog. So what I would like to see from Uriah Hall is, I would really like him to throw more like punches, kind of like there's more like strikes. Uriah, I mean, like Uriah Hall is good, but he's that kind of fighter who likes to just time shots, but he doesn't just like to let his hands go, and just like pretty much just try to. He just likes to like pretty much just try to look for that shot to knock you out. Mainly like leg kicks. He can knock you out with his hands. He's a very powerful guy, but I'm just saying. Um, but I would like to see him throw more shots, and also like he also needs to like really time that leg kick. Kind of like what he does is like really try to time that leg kick. Try to like punch with them. Whenever Strickland comes in, try to crack him with the with a punch. But Strickland is he is like a kind of he is that fighter who likes to leave his chin wide open. He has very good head movement, for a UFC fighter. He does have like good head movement. So he definitely needs to really time that leg kick on Strickland. Throw with him. Kind of use your jab, but also really try to time him with that leg kick to the head. You know, because Strickland has gotten knocked out by a leg kick, and that was against that a guy's. I know his last name is Santos. Like I'm not familiar of who he is. Probably if I saw him fight, I probably would know who he is. But yeah, he just really needs to time that leg kick, and also what Uriah needs to do is like he most definitely needs to use that jab, because he needs to use that jab to like time leg kicks or punches, but also is leg kicks. Hall really needs to throw leg kicks because Strickland doesn't take leg kicks that well. He is very vulnerable when it comes down to leg kicks. He does get like staggered whenever he uh, gets hit with the leg kick. So he definitely needs to like use your jab to like try to time it with the leg kick. Use your jab, time him with the leg kick, and then try to hit him with the body with the kick. You know, and just also just try to just outstrike Strickland. With your jab, and then throw the more effective shot, because I think that Hall would probably throw the more effective shots in this fight. You know, and he really needs to get Strickland's attention by those shots. And really just try to hurt him with those shots. And but the key is the leg kicks. Leg kicks is the big key in this fight, because that will leave a lot of openings, because he like if he can use that jab and then after that throw the leg kick and really like hurt Strickland, Strickland would really just focus on your leg kicks, but won't focus on if you can just crack him to the head with your leg kicks or anything, even with the punch. So I think like he really needs to make Strickland. He needs to have Strickland guessing, you know, with leg kicks. Just keep throwing leg kicks, and then again have him guessing, and like have Strickland be like like, all right, he's just gonna throw leg kicks, so I'm just gonna, try to like, stop the leg kicks, try to check his leg kicks, you know, and really just try to, and really he like, make him more cautious of getting hit to the leg, make him like block the legs, and then catch him slipping with the kick and try to catch him, because if you can do that, you can knock him out, you know. Like you can most definitely knock him out, So that's what he needs to do to win. So yeah. So now for Sean Strickland. So what I would like to see from Sean Strickland is definitely use your jab, because Strickland has a very, very good jab. He's just a really good boxer in the octagon. So he needs to really just make this a boxing fight, and just really frustrate Hall to try to come in and then try to crack Hall, because Hall doesn't necessarily have the best chin in the world. So really just make Hall like not be cautious of anything, and just make him want to come at you, but then try to crack him and then move out the way, and really just use your jab, use your strong jab, Even though Strickland doesn't necessarily have a strong jab, but he is a really strong dude. both these guys are very strong, and that's what makes a very good fight. So he definitely needs to, like, try to use a strong jab to really, really bust up the face of Uriah Hall, and then really just try to out jab him, and then try to just outbox him with hooks. Don't just, and also try to leg kick him to the face too, but do not throw leg kicks at him at all. Please do not, because Uriah Hall's legs are made out of steel. That's how Chris Weidman broke his legs. Also because he kicked them wrong. But prayers definitely go up to Chris Weidman. I'm very glad he's with his family. He recovered well. Very kind dude. The dude has a very big heart. Like I'm a very big fan of Chris Weidman as a person, man. Very, very good dude. But anyways, that's what Strickland needs to do, is like throw that really strong jab, and then throw that spinning punch, throw that like spinning back fist at Hall, because I love Strickland's spinning back fist. They're very, very, very strong, and it can hurt Uriah Hall very badly. So he definitely needs to do that too. But really, the key is to use that jab. But if Uriah decides to brawl, try to brawl with him, but then also move out of the way to try, so you like land your big shots in there, and try to hurt Hall, and then just move out the way and just keep using that jab, to bust up Uriah Hall. So that's what Sean Strickland needs to do to win. So my final prediction for this fight, again, this is a very, very, very good fight. Both strong dudes. They're, strong as hell. Both good strikers. Uriah Hall, very good karate artist. Sean Strickland, very good boxer and jiu-jitsu artist. This was a hard prediction to do. Very, very, very difficult. But if I would have to, but I have to pick a fighter to win this fight, I'm leaning more towards Uriah Hall by a knockout. It's more because Strickland likes to keep his face very vulnerable. Not vulnerable, but he likes to keep it like open. So I feel like Uriah Hall, for how good of a leg kicker and how good of timing he has with the leg kicks, I think that he would find out all day long. But also, if it goes the distance, I think that Sean Strickland will win, but I don't think it'll go the distance. And I think if it won't go the distance, it will favor Uriah Hall. And I just think that Uriah, not the experience, but, the experience of fighting the better fighters, even though every time Uriah Hall fought the, top fighters, he lost. But I just think Uriah Hall will win this fight. I'm not biased or anything. I'm not the biggest fan of Uriah Hall. He's a very good guy, very good fighter. He's not in my top, in my favorite MMA fighters, but he's very good and he's very strong. And I just think the leg kicks and the timing of Uriah Hall, and the way how Strickland likes to keep his face very open, and and how Strickland is very vulnerable to leg kicks, I just think that favors Uriah Hall. So yeah, so that's my pick, is Uriah Hall. So yeah. So that's my final prediction. I got Uriah Hall by a knockout. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston for Fight Media 360, and thank y'all for watching this video.